following program on Other Derana 24 is classified for general audience. It is intended for all ages. It contains little or no violence, no strong language, and little or no sexual dialogue or situations.
Good evening, and you're joining us on another episode on Business Best, and this is a platform where we have been showcasing entrepreneurs who has come up with new initiatives in the business world as well. Now in 3 days time there's going to be a brand marketing symposium which is being conducted by Slim, and of which Derana has been the proud media sponsor as well. And to get more details on that, I would like you to be introduced to Kevin Almeda, who is the Deputy Project Chair of Slim Brand Week, and also Asanka Perera, who is the Project Chairman and Brainchild of Brand Week and Executive Member of Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. So Kevin and Asanka, thank you very much for taking the time to join me on the show today.
Thank you.
So to start off with our discussion, I'm pretty sure now our viewers want to know what this Brand Week is all about. So Kevin, why don't you tell about the whole overview of what this Brand Week is?
Yes, thank you, Shanali. So Brand Week is actually, to start with, need to say that it's for all professionals. It's not only for marketers and brand marketers. It's marketers, brand marketers, sales professionals, HR, and all professionals of Sri Lanka. So this year, basically in 2023, we are taking it to a next level in order to look at from a very marketing and branding perspective how other professionals also can learn a more marketing driven, brand driven outlook. So we are taking a new outlook to start with, and importantly, Brand Week is a knowledge sharing symposium. It's not only a award recognition forum, it's a knowledge sharing symposium where all professionals of the country can take something in terms of marketing and branding and strategy, digital innovation, and personal branding. So we are looking at all of those topics plus research, all of those topics in a nutshell. And once we discuss further today, we'll dive into more detail of Brand Week.
All right. So Kevin, how has the collaboration between Slim and Brand Week come up with?
First, thank you for inviting us and supporting Derana, uplifting the marketing fraternity and uplifting the community. So when you look at the Slim is a national body for marketing. We are in last 50 years. Our mission is to establish marketing as a driving force and enhancing business and the national value. So when you look at our portfolio, so Slim has always very focused on the building the brands, marketing, and the digital. So we last 50 years we have tried enhance our community, so uplifting the marketing fraternity, build more marketers in the fraternity. So you may hear about the brand excellence. We do people's award, brand excellence, Digi, and for the sales community NASCO. So we have several recognition and awarding. At the same time, we have education sector as well. When you look at the brands, there's a brand. When you look at the brand, when you look at other countries, brands has a more value rather than the business. So as a country, we have to uplift our brands and our business community to get the more revenue to our country. Building the brand is most important right now. So that's we identify as a national body for marketing. Slim, we identified that opportunity. First, we introduced the brand strategic brand management program, and we doing well that there's several people are interested in this program. This program will be we thought to go with the brand networking, building the share on the knowledge what is exactly brand, how we can build a brand. So we started this project on 2018 as a Brand Week for the limited people, limited invitation. Right now we have decided to expand to the more community, so get the more knowledge. People can engage with the brands, especially students who are interested on the brand and the advertising community. So we create the platform to come and see the difference and experience the brand. What is the brand exactly? So that is our mandate end of the day. So as a national body for marketing, we are working on that.
Okay, Asanka. So why don't you tell us like the importance of Brand Week itself? Now you gave an introduction as to why Slim is doing this. What do you think are the importance to the people who are participating here?
Yeah, it's like this. When you look at the brands in other countries like US, India, they are very strong with their brand building. So they are doing separate exercise to build the brand. They know if they build the brand, the value proposition, and the relationship with the trust, they get the more revenue to their economic contribution. Look at the Indian market, their highest economic contribution are service sector. And the US also the same thing. So they are very focused on the building the brands. Example, Google, Facebook, those are the service sectors. They are creating intangible product, and on top of that they are creating tangible value. So that's all about the branding. So building brand, they get in more revenue, generate more revenue and the more opportunity in the market and the global aspect. In Sri Lanka also we are struggling right now. Even though we have a huge market share on the export in the garment fact, but unfortunately we don't have a proper brand label, the apparel label in the global market. Few brands, if I say the Sparsilon, like a brand like Sparsilon, several brands are in the global right now. So we are very happy, like a Delma, Sparsilon. So we have to build the more brand. So that's a different exercise. Doing the business, the marketing. When you look at the branding, is a different exercise. That's people have to work on that. We have to understand the value of the brand. So as a national body marketing, we know we create the platform. We identify several areas. Few marketers and the business community, like especially on the higher level, like a C and the director level, we more focus on those people, right? Creating the more value proposition on this. Come and experience this. We have a proper lineup how A to Z, how can build the brand, how research and the data science important to build the brand, and the consumer psychology. So several topic we are discussing, and we going through the proper channel how we can build the brand and how you can create your brand to go to the global. So that's our end objective, creating more brands to Sri Lankan market and get the more business to the Sri Lankan brand and go to the global. So that's end of the day objective also.
Alright, now I want to pose this question to the both of y'all. If I'm not mistaken, Asanka, you told me that in 2018 only y'all had started this brand week itself. So compared to 2018 and in 2022, is there a gap that you saw in Sri Lanka in the business industry for y'all to start this brand week?
Of course, yes. Because as Asanka correctly said, we know what our country has gone through and we have a national objective. In relation to that, we have looked at Brand Week from a very strategic point of view, how the community, the professional community of Sri Lanka can understand the accountability towards economic growth of this country. So leaving what we have discussed during the past 2 to 3 years, we don't want to go in detail there because we all know. Brand Week event, we have looked from 2018 to 19, now it is 2023. So this year we are taking a total shift, a turnaround to look at, if you look at our logo, we have looked at all professionals plus all knowledge sharing main aspects of points from branding to digital to sales, as I said earlier and as Asanka correctly said. So looking at all of these areas, starting from our logo, our campaign theme is clearly, we are communicating. It's hard to keep up with the new when you're listening to the same old. So we want to live by the campaign theme, and we have done justice in terms of formulating the whole campaign. Now it is all about execution, and we want to, that's the difference to answer your question. We have looked at all areas from data science and analytics, consumer behavioral economics, then we'll be discussing about a certain, if I go in detail in terms of the speakers, we are having 3 foreign speakers. We are having Rory Sutherland, who will be talking about consumer behavioral economics. So plus we'll be having Sonam Wangchuk. Sonam Wangchuk is the inspiration story for the Three Idiots movie. So he'll be talking about innovation and motivation in branding. And moreover, data science and data analytics is a topic, it's an area that marketers, brand marketers, sales professionals, and all digitally savvy individuals in this country, plus even human resource professionals needs to needs to talk about, and it will be discussed. The forum will be conducted by Momita Sakar from Deloitte, who is a consultant. So looking at all of these main topics, and we are having a plethora of local speakers as well, who will be talking about how to manage your marketing and branding budgets, and plus we are having our very own sportsman Kumar Sangakkar on board discussing about his brand story, personal branding. So if you look at all the topics, it's already in our Facebook page as well. You can always have a look at it, and that shift that we are taking this year is, I would say, I would like to use the word paradigm shift, because it's something that all professionals of this country needs to look up to.
All right, so I think we have to discuss more about what this forum is all about, but before that we'll have to go into a short commercial break. We'll be back soon. You're watching Business Best. Welcome back to Business Best. Now we have been discussing about the Brand Week conducted by Slim with Asanka and Kevin. I think in the first segment we got a brief idea about what this forum is all about. I want to ask this question from both of y'all. What is the change that y'all are planning to bring out from this session?
I would say we have several. As I said, we started this project in 2018. And 2018, we mainly focused on the brand intent, content, and the process. So those are the main pillars we have catered on, especially in the marketing sector. In this time, we more focus on the people, how we can build the brand, especially how personality brand is very important to people right now. And the building the brand, engage in the audience, how you can build the trust with your target audience, your consumers. So right now we see huge. Most of the brands right now is struggling in the market, so there is no brand loyalty. If you look at the strategic way, most of the brands is struggling right now. So reason is they are struggling basically creating the value proposition and the building the trust with the community and the target audience and the consumers. Our main focus is this time we win the international speakers. How globally they have experimented this. How globally they build their brand value, create the brand value. Especially like I would say Rory. Rory is a vice president of Ogilvy Global. Rory have done several campaigns, especially with the Unilever brands. They have done several campaigns, the well-known brands, globally they create the brand. So that kind of a consumer behavior, consumer psychology, how we can understand the consumer psychology and the consumer behavior in the Sri Lankan market. How we can come up with the separate campaign, thinking different way. How global campaign we can implement on Sri Lankan market. Even though our population is 22 million, we have very talented people. In Sri Lanka, we have unlimited resources. So we have opportunity. So only thing is we don't have that global exposure. So we have to bring that global exposure to this local market, get their experience, and understanding how they experience to convert to the local market to building the local brand. So that's why, as Kevin said, we been the data analyze. How the future of the big data, all the organization, all the countries right now moving to the big data. They taking the decision based on the analysis, data analysis. Right now, as a Sri Lanka government, private sector, we all are struggling getting the data. We don't have proper data. So data is the end of the day, the huge business in the globally. So all are depend on the data. So we going to discuss how data driven decision, how we can get the. So that's one part. And the Sonam, when you look at the Sonam, is an inspiring character for Three Idiots, and Three Idiots movie is well known, and the all world watch that movie. So Sonam going to discuss how you can be an innovation. Why innovation is important to any organizations to develop the brand or the product. How you can improve your service through the innovation. Innovation no need to be the separate things coming from the another world. No, this innovation is how you can face the day-to-day challenges, how we take a decision on the innovative way. So those are the things we are going to discuss on that forum, especially. Apart from that, like a Kumar Sangakkar, Kumar going to discuss about how personal brand is important, how you maintain your personal branding, how you going to sustain your branding image. So those are the very important right now in the market. So our people, we have to very concerned on those things. So that's why we thought about those are the main changes bring those speakers and the international experience to the local market. So those are the main thing we have done on this time.
Asanka, as you mentioned, now Kevin, also you can pose your ideas into this as well. You mentioned that our Sri Lankan brands don't have enough global exposure, right? Why do you think that's the case?
Mainly, the example, we have a limited brands in Sri Lanka right now in the global market. We do like a service business, so we get in the orders, we do a production part, we are sent into their label. So most of the time we see the made in Sri Lanka, but we don't have proper label name. So we look at our GDP contribution, 30 to 40% contribute by the export market to the garment sector. And apart from, we don't have a single brand to build in the global market. So we discuss all the several, if you ask Levi's, we have H&M. So those global brands built by Sri Lankans. So when you look at especially this time we invited to MA's innovative CEO, Mahieash, right? Yeah. So she is going to discuss about the innovative. Look at the MA's. I don't know how many people know that. MA's is a world 80th innovative company in the globally. So they are better than the Google. So these are the things are there. That's why I said we have very talented, very skilled people. We only struggling. We don't know how do we go to the global market. How we understand the consumer behavior. Look at the Sri Lankan and the Asian content and the European content are so different. So we need to understand. That's why India representing the Asian content, Sonam and the Muta is there. So the global market, Roar is there. So we try to be understanding how consumers are thinking, what are their sense, how they take the decision, how that decision impact to the brand. So that will be, I think that will be a help to build the brands to go to the global market. As a country, we need to build the brand, get the more revenue to the country. So rather than the exporting under made in Sri Lanka.
Yeah,
so
you can add, yeah. Into add on to what Asanka just said, exactly right, because if you look at our total industry of Sri Lanka in terms of accountability for the gross domestic product GDP, our main driving sector is the service sector. Then which is followed by the manufacturing and the agricultural sector. So I don't want to go into agricultural, but if you look at the service and industry sectors in terms of branding, there's a lot that we can do in order to account for the economic growth. So if you look at all our speaker lineup, these 3 overseas foreign speakers and our plethora of the local speakers, and local speakers also totally new faces, new thinking. So the topics are driven in terms of into upscale the existing professionals of the country, where it will account for the economic growth. So we are not looking from a brand week point of view to shift the manufacturing sector to overcome the service sector. No, but we will get there eventually. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel, right? Silver lining. So having that in mind, we have designed this symposium in a way, these main topics, to help the professionals, and after every speaker forum, there is a Q&A session of 15 minutes. So we have allocated that 15 minutes for the whole attendees to talk about and ask questions from the speaker live.
Right. Okay. So this brand week, to whom has this been designed to? Is it just the marketers, the entrepreneurs, or what is your target market?
Yes. So as I started from the beginning, it's a very good question. It's basically we have campaigned this to say that it's a week for all professionals. So as I said earlier, marketing, branding, sales, plus HR, digital IT professionals can attend, SME businessmen can attend, and even the young entrepreneurs can attend and be a part of this Brand Week Symposium, because one of our main objectives of designing this symposium is to inspire the future generation, you can say / marketers, so to inspire the future generation. So if you look at, to answer your question in a summary, if you look at your total individuals who are accounted to upscale or help or assist in the economic growth of this country, it's for all professionals. Come, take a seat, enjoy the session, and be a part of asking the questions, the right questions from the speakers, where there will be definitely there's going to be a take home for every individual who is going to attend for this particular symposium.
All right, so I think we are coming to the end of our program as well. Before we end off, would you be able to tell how people can engage with this forum and when is it going to happen?
Yes, so now we are having our campaign all on board, because by now I believe at least some of the, if you take at least 1 out of 10 professionals must have already heard the jingle or must have seen in social media. So you can, there's a direct link in the SLIM website. Under SLIM website events, there is SLIM Brand Week. You can be a part of it, and just a matter of clicking on the link there. And we have all 3 days, we are giving the ticket at a price of 7,500, and for any professional. And plus we are having a certain discounts on SLIM students.
And the corporate cards.
Yes, so SLIM students and lecturers, we are having that particular ticket price for 4,500. So all 3 days for just 4,500. All other professionals can purchase a ticket of 7,500. And so that's about the ticket booking. You just a matter of going on our Facebook page, Brand Week Sri Lanka. There also we have our links. We have it on our website and all the other social media channels, including Instagram. Just to add on onto your question, so that is a part of purchasing. But if you look at the target market, I just want to add one more thing there, which is very important. On day 3 of the particular symposium, we have it targeted towards the school children. So this is only in day 3 from morning to evening. There's a particular reason for that, because even in our committee when we were discussing, future inspiring marketers, from the marketing executives to the brand executives and HR, IT, apart from them, the Sri Lankan school students, starting from O-levels and A-levels, plus the university first years and second years, private schools, Sinhalese schools, international schools, there is no segregation. Anybody can attend, and we have a speaker lineup who are addressing to this particular individuals on digital entrepreneurship, motivation, including there's a topic on gaming as well. So looking at the school students, we feel that they are actually the future professionals of this country. And we believe starting Brand Week, we are laying the foundation for the past 3 years now, 2018, 19 and this year. With this foundation, we believe along with SLIM, there will be a good set of individuals with quality who will help upscale and account for this country's economic growth.
All right, thank you for joining me on the program again. I hope the session would go on very well and we'll get the most number of participants as well. Kevin and Asanka, thank you very much and all the very best.
Thank you very much, Anal.
And for the viewers also out there, I think you all should take part, whoever who's planning on doing their own business or wanting to, rebrand themselves and, upscale their businesses as well. Brand Week is the place to go. It will be happening on January 11th, 12th and 13th. More details will be there on their website as well. Join me again next week on Business Best. Just in case you couldn't watch us on air, you can always rewatch by catching us on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Derana English. Stay safe and have a good night.